Oh, I think with all these, again, there's a lot of crossover. So there is crossover. So, for example, there's players within the group that we have at the moment. Some of those have played higher. We have 7 or 8 that are away at the moment with the A team. So there's no, I guess, in terms of the main difference is the age. Obviously, we got this. This is a younger group. So there's no difference in terms of anything else. It's about providing that platform so these players can grow, learn, and hopefully fast track them into the teams that are above sooner rather than later. So let's get that national side full of young players if we can, or at least provide selectors with an opportunity to look at these players if needed. Yeah, I've spoken to Chandika a couple of months ago, but I haven't spoken to him recently. But I have had a conversation with him. I haven't spoken to Jamie, but I'll do so the next. Yeah, we got to be. At the end of the day, that's the whole point. I mean, it's not about me. It's not about Jamie. It's not about It's about the players. It's about Bangladesh cricket, and how do we make sure that Bangladesh cricket, at an international level, A is contending for major trophies. A is high up the rankings as it can be in terms of Test cricket, T20 and 50 over cricket, and similarly, how many players can we get into that the top 10 in terms of rankings? So it's an all-round package from everybody in terms of that alignment and making sure that alignment's right. Yeah, look, sometimes that happens. I mean, in terms of any professional side, sometimes players are signed on a 2-year contract and they don't progress, and unfortunately they just drop off. I mean, that's through time we'll figure out, and the selectors will figure out what players are putting in performances that merit moving up the chain, up the ladder. Sometimes it takes 3 or 4 years for players to sort of fulfil that potential. But the key is for me is we've got to make sure we're doing everything we can within this program to help those players move on. And that's the most important thing. You can't really control whether or not they do. It's up to how they respond, but also they've got to put in those performances to merit that selection further up the chain. Yeah. Look, I did a long time ago. I had hair back then. Look, a long time ago I played here. Look, for me, like the other subcontinent sides, there's a lot of natural ability and talent here. So the key is, and that hasn't changed. The important thing is, how do we harness that natural ability and let that natural ability flourish? And that's the most important thing. Not just sort of put constraints on it, and help these players be the best that they can be. But bearing in mind the overarching aim is the strength of Bangladesh cricket, and that's the most important thing. So last thing I know, he's still working his normal day job. So he's not playing anymore. He was doing a little bit of coaching, but he's not playing anymore. But last I heard he was well. So first of all, good afternoon to everybody. For me, it's a great privilege to be asked to fulfill this role. Really important role in terms of development of players within the Bangladesh cricket community. The main side wants, in terms of the players they're looking for, what that skill set maybe deficit is. But again, it's about players. The players will be good enough to adapt and learn and grow. That's why they're here. So it's really important we just encourage them to be the best they can be, but being mindful that we can produce players even in Bangladesh. I believe you can produce players that can play all conditions, all countries around the world, as what's been proved elsewhere from other subcontinent sides. So there's no reason why we can't do the same thing.